Yeah, I actually looked it up because, for example, in California, although there is a death penalty in California, Governor Newsom put a moratorium on death penalties like years and years ago,
Yeah.
right? I looked at the last person executed in Florida, August 28th.
Yeah. No, your ass will get the needle hit, but the thing is, it'll take like 15, 20 years for it to actually happen.
Yeah, August 28th, 2025, Curtis Wyndham for the 1992 murders of three people in Orlando.
Yeah. So
Lethal
see,
injection.
93. So he's been on death row for dumb long. You know what I mean?
Yo, here's the crazier part. This was the 11th lethal injection in Florida in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Florida is really killing people off in these prisons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't fuck around in Florida.
Yeah, it's a serious state when it comes to crime, bro. We used to, I don't know if they still have it, but like when I was growing up here, they had posters that said 10-20 life. If you pull it,
Mm.
that's 10. If you fire it, that's 20. And if it hits somebody, that's life. And the technicality was if in the commission of a felony, you pull a gun out. So if I'm like, yo, Vlad, take them glasses off. I'm attempting to rob you, right? You're like, Jake, fuck you. And I pull a gun, that's 10. If I pop it in the air, that's 20. If a bullet touches you, that's life. So they thought like, oh yeah, this strict law it just made people kill people. If I'm gonna get fucking 20 years or 10 years just for pulling it, I might as well just make sure you can't say anything. So,
What's your take on the death penalty? Do you agree with it or disagree with it?
I agree with it. Yeah, I grew up on street shit, bro. Everybody believes in the death penalty. That's why everybody totes guns and kills each other. That's what that is. You cross me and I feel justified in killing you. So how can I say I don't believe in the death penalty? It's the same shit. If you go raping women and touching kids, yeah, smoke him. If you run in the store and blow some lady's brains out because you're trying to rob it, smoke him. If you're fucking killing 10 people and just can't stop, smoke him. It just makes sense. I've been to Florida State Prison. There's people in there that shouldn't be breathing. There's people in there that should never come home. And for anyone that's been to prison, yeah, you can say that. You've seen people that have fucked people and there's no fixing them. Same as dogs. You got certain dogs that just can never function. They're going to bite. They're going to bark. You got to keep them in a cage. You got to get rid of them. You got to put them down. It's the same shit.
Right, but here's the flip side of this, and I actually looked it up. Since 1973, at least 200 people were sentenced to death that ended up exonerated.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that there was 200 people they thought had done some heinous crimes, which ultimately they found out they didn't actually do those things and escape the death penalty. They would have all been put to death for something they didn't do.
I mean, there's a ton of people that have been put to death for things they didn't do, especially during the Jim Crow era and with racism. Emmett Till. You can look at that situation. You know what I mean? A white lady made up a lie and they killed him in a horrific way. The thing is, you either allow people to breathe that shouldn't have that ability, knowing that innocent people are going to suffer a consequence, or you just don't at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like guns, right? Like in Florida, you can have guns. In America, you can have guns. But we understand that, okay, with having guns, there's going to be school shootings. There's going to be innocent kids that get shot. There's going to be this, there's going to be that. But constitutionally, we keep the guns. There's always going to be somebody that gets fucked over. But that doesn't mean you can just let certain other people keep breathing. It just shouldn't happen. That's just my opinion, though. But yeah, I believe in the death penalty.
Yeah, it was interesting when I just did an interview with Wack, and we brought up the story that he was familiar with. It was about Big U's brother getting killed. You know about this at all?
No.
You should do a video on this because it's a very, very intriguing story. So Big U's brother, his younger brother, his name is Draws. He was Corrupt's bodyguard. And a situation happened with this Mexican dude. I'm not sure if he's white or Mexican. His name is Timothy Joseph McGee, a.k.a. the Monster of Atwater. He has been responsible for at least 12 homicides. He's considered one of the 20 most notorious killers in the history of California. They put him up there with Charles Manson, the Golden State Killer, and the Night Stalker.
Mm.
But this guy here was killing everybody, including Big U's brother. He's gotten the death penalty plus 75 years to life, but I guess it's getting overturned somehow, but he's going to be resentenced. I mean, he's still in prison. But it's just a very, very crazy story. He was part of a gang called the Tunerville Reefa 13. And yeah, it's just a very, very insane story of this guy. This guy really was out there killing everyone, trying to kill cops, the whole nine. What exactly is the story with this guy? Have you heard about him?
Yo, you gotta remember he come from that era. You know, that's the late 80s, 90s era, bro. And that's why I tell a lot of these youngsters who be popping it, I'm like, yo, bro, the things you doing because of the myths and stories you heard from those before you. And I don't know why they think that people have forgotten how to do what they know how to do. You know, it's a struggle with me daily, you know, to ignore a lot of things because I come from that era. And in that era, getting busy was norm. It wasn't a surprise that these dudes did that. Back then, you know.
I seen a guy, I never spoke to him. When I was at Appalachia CI, it's a prison in North Florida. It's a very fucked up prison. And while I was there was murders, there was rapes, there was all type of shit. The story that I told you that went viral of the kid that was told on the toilet to turn around and don't even wipe, that was at Appalachia CI. So when I was in I dorm, I was in I4. This is a closed custody dorm. This is the highest custody you can have while still in general population. In I1, there was somebody from Miami that I knew, and he was housed by himself. He had a cell to himself because he had an MIP, a murder in prison. He killed somebody. So he can only be housed with someone else that has an MIP. Another guy came, and this guy used to be on death row, and they overturned his sentence. So now he just has life. And the happiness that this man had being on a compound, knowing he'll never come home, was crazy. Because you would have thought he was free. But this dude's fucking boys, robbing people, stabbing shit. He's living wild. But that he was happy in that. Because he thought he was going to die. In death row, it's a cell by yourself. They still get cigarettes in there. They get a TV to themselves, whatever. But, yeah, this dude was just happy as fuck to be on a compound, victimizing people, doing whatever the fuck he's doing. And that's his life. And he's happy living that way. They could have smoked him. Nobody would have lost nothing.